The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan begins in the tranquil village of Emon's Field, where young farmer Rand al'Thor finds himself unwittingly drawn into an ancient conflict between good and evil. The story starts with a prologue detailing the breaking of the world, a catastrophic event unleashed by the powerful dragon, which forebodes the return of dark forces. Rand, along with his friends Mat Cawthon and Perrin Ibarra, soon faces an invasion by monstrous Trollocs and sinister Myrddraal. They are rescued by Moiraine Sedai, an Aes Sedai who believes one of them may be the prophesied dragon reborn. Together, they embark on a perilous journey through dangerous landscapes, where they encounter diverse cultures and powerful figures, including Lan Mandragoran, Moiraine's enigmatic warder. As they traverse this perilous world, Rand grapples with his identity and the weight of destiny that ties him to a larger conflict. The themes of friendship, courage, and the struggle between light and darkness resonate throughout their adventures. Their quest leads them to the city of Semlin, where Rand confronts political intrigue and the machinations of the Aes Sedai. Here, he meets Elaine and Gawain, royal siblings who draw him deeper into the complexities of power and trust. In Camlin, the urgency to reunite with friends Egwene and Nynaeve builds as the threat of the false dragon, Loghain, looms over the city. Rand and Mat navigate a treacherous landscape filled with danger, including the zealous Children of the Light and the ever-present shadow of dark friends. Meanwhile, Nynaeve and Lan face their own challenges, creating a web of interconnected fates. The tension escalates as the group journeys towards the Eye of the World, where Rand must confront the Forsaken Agenor and Balthamel. In a moment of desperation, he embraces the One Power, altering the course of their destinies. The climax reveals the interconnectedness of their struggles and the choices they must make in the face of overwhelming odds. Ultimately, the Eye of the World sets the stage for an expansive saga filled with intricate lore and complex characters. As Rand and his friends emerge from their trials, they bear the burden of their destinies and the knowledge that their actions will shape the world. The narrative concludes with a sense of unresolved anticipation, hinting at the greater conflicts yet to unfold in the ongoing saga of the Wheel of Time. As the wheel continues to turn, the cycles of fate and conflict promise further adventure and challenges ahead. The Eye of the World, published in 1990, is the first book in Robert Jordan's monumental fantasy series, The Wheel of Time. This series has had a profound cultural impact and has influenced both the genre of fantasy and popular culture as a whole. Cultural impact. 1. Revival of epic fantasy. At a time when the fantasy genre was seen as niche, The Eye of the World and the subsequent books in the series helped to revive interest in long, sprawling epic fantasies. Jordan's intricate world-building and complex character development defined a new era for the genre and inspired a multitude of authors that followed. 2. Deep world-building. Jordan's creation of a fully realized world with its own history, cultures, and mythology set a standard for world-building in fantasy literature. Readers were drawn into a universe rich with detail, where every character had a backstory and every event rooted itself in the lore of the world. 3. Influence on media. The series inspired various adaptations, including a highly anticipated television series produced by Amazon Prime. Such adaptations bring the story to new audiences and highlight the timeless nature of Jordan's work. 4. Fandom and community. The Wheel of Time has galvanized a dedicated fan base that engages in discussions, fan fiction, cosplay, and conventions. Communities centered around this series have built friendships and connections, showcasing the social aspect that literature can foster. How it differs from other works. 1. Multi-protagonist approach. Unlike many traditional fantasy narratives that center around a singular hero's journey, The Eye of the World features multiple protagonists, allowing for a richer interplay of perspectives and character arcs that resonate with different readers. 2. Gender dynamics. Jordan's depiction of gender roles, particularly through female characters, was progressive for its time. The series includes strong female protagonists with complex motivations, showcasing both strength and advocacy for equality, which was a departure from many classic fantasy novels. 3. Philosophical and mythological depth. The narrative is interwoven with philosophical concepts and draws extensively from various mythologies and religions. The cyclical nature of time, the titular Wheel of Time, presents a unique exploration of fate versus free will. About the author. Robert Jordan, born James Oliver Rigney, Jr. in 1948, was an American author best known for his work in fantasy literature. Jordan had a background in physics and military service, which informed his writing style and attention to detail. Though he faced challenges, including illness affecting his later work, his influence endures through the legacy of the Wheel of Time series, which continues to captivate audiences even after his passing in 2007. Brandon Sanderson was chosen to complete the series posthumously based on Jordan's extensive notes. Similar books to read. If you enjoyed The Eye of the World, you might consider these similar works. 1. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. The first book in the Kingkiller Chronicle, it features a richly developed world and follows the life of a gifted young man seeking knowledge and understanding. 2. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. The first book in the Stormlight Archive, it shares a similar grandeur and depth of world-building and offers multiple points of view and intricate plots. 3. Mistborn, The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This novel dives into concepts of power and rebellion with a unique system of magic and character development that focuses on the complexities of good versus evil. 4. A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. The first book in A Song of Ice and Fire. This work excels in political intrigue and multifaceted characters, much like Jordan's storytelling approach, but in a more brutal and morally ambiguous setting. In conclusion, The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan stands as a pillar in the fantasy genre, recognized for its innovative narrative structure, deep character work, and cultural relevance. It remains a significant touchstone for readers and writers alike, and continues to inspire new generations of fantasy enthusiasts. Like this if you liked it, and subscribe for more.